Hi, everybody. Welcome back to the swamp. And I have with me Thomas from Tarot Your Way, who's back to visit again. It's been a bit since you were on last time, a couple of months at least. And glad to have you back. And how are things going with you? You said
It's
y'all
good to
got
be back.
power back, but
Yeah, we're in Houston, and so we did have the remnants of Hurricane Beryl come through Sunday night, Monday morning. We pretty much stayed up through the whole thing, and um, you know, let the cats pine because they couldn't go out and be out and about. When it was rainy and windy. A lot of noise from the wind, and uh, about 10 in the morning, the eye came over and the wind direction switched. But then on that backside of the hurricane, it didn't last as long as the front. From probably from midnight to 10 in the morning was the front side, and then after 10 was coming on the backside.
yeah, y'all really got lucky. It
I have
downgraded
not
to
been
a
on another cruise
one.
yet.
But you've been tan, so um, yeah, we got
Yeah.
lucky because I mean
So,
we're only 4 hours away from Houston, but when something starts heading that close, everybody's on alert because depending on how big it gets, depends on if we're how many outer bands we get hit with, and so
and I am trying to put on my summer tan so I don't get burnt on the cruise when we go on the cruise in November. So, uh,
oh, that sounds like
but
where you
I
going?
do this. We're going to go to Key West, Freeport, Carnival's private island, and then Nassau, Bahamas. And it's a 8-night cruise. So be take off on a Saturday and come home the following Saturday.
Sounds like fun. I've thought about doing that a few times and asked my son, let's take a cruise together. And he just looked at me and said, I'm not ever getting on another ship. I spent 5 years on a ship. He was in the Navy. He was like, no, thank you. I've had my
Well,
fill. Like, okay, I
not
get it.
really the same as a cruise. So
Not exactly,
apples and
no.
oranges.
Oh, big time. So, so I guess we're just going to do some, unless there's a particular topic or something you want to cover. I just figured we could do some mini readings and some questions. And let's see. If y'all have a question you want us to read on, then kindly put it in the chat. Use all caps so that I don't miss it because my blind eyes you can't trust. Um, I am just, we could do a one card oracle pull, or if you have a question you want us to pull on. Um, and you're doing those uh, tarot, I forget what you call it now. Um,
Tarot pairs.
tarot pairs, that's it. Yeah. It's explain to me how that works because I've seen it a few times, but I wasn't quite sure what the goal was. I missed
Um,
out on it
we're
somewhere.
we're just showing people how the cards can be read. Just take any two random cards, give it a context. We've been picking um, like a news story, sort of on the quirkier side of news, and then how, in the context of that news story, how would you read the two cards upright, and then the first card upright, second card reversed, then the first card reversed, second card upright, and then finally both cards reversed. So it's just sort of a demonstration on the how the card's energy changes um, by switching their position.
That's interesting. Yeah, I like that. It's just um taking two and how they can. Do you just draw two random cards and go from there, or is it pre-planned?
Yeah, I usually have my guests draw a card, and then I draw a card, and then uh, have them tell me what their card was, and then just hold up the cards and say, okay, when we have it like this, or when we have it like this, or when we have it like this, just the 4 different combinations of those 2 cards.
Okay, I got you. I got you. Okay, that's a good way to learn because then you're not overwhelmed by 78 cards that are looking at you, and you're like, oh my god, I'll never memorize all of this. You don't have to. I mean,
Yeah, and
depending,
it's
there's a
super,
lot of decks out there that have keywords on them, which is a helper. There's other cards that you get different cards that'll use different uh modalities, I guess, different structures. They'll be all animals, or they'll be all cartoons, or they'll be all, whatever. And so yes, Lorraine, we have people watching for the maggots. um I guess if you mean the trolls coming in, and God, I hope we have them watching for the real maggots that are running all over the place right now, freaking out. And
and at 5:13, Carl has a question he wants us to answer.
I just pinned. Uh, I just started whenever you said something. So let's see. So we can give a start there. Oh, we got Wonder Woman in the house. Yay. That's my favorite superhero is Wonder Woman. And
And speaking of Wonder Woman, she makes an appearance in the
oh,
Namaste tarot.
cool.
So,
Well,
anybody wanting a divine feminine deck, this is all women of
my
power.
oh, there you go. My very first voodoo doll that I ever bought for myself is a Wonder Woman. And that's why I bought it, because it was Wonder Woman. It was like, oh, that's awesome. So hi Josh. And we got all kinds of people coming in. Treasure this site for my clients.
So you want me to read?
You can start if
Carl's?
you want, and I'll shuffle and pull some cards here.
So, Carl, we start with the Knight of Cups. So sometimes it can be emotional when you are treasure hunting, and it looks promising at the beginning, and then you drill your whole test holes or do whatever exploration that you need, and it just sometimes it's not as prosperous as you're hoping. But then we have the King of Pentacles, and this guy, he controls a lot of wealth. He takes care of a lot of people in his kingdom, and he makes sure that everything's taken care of, and they have enough in their kingdom for feast or famine or whatever calamity might beset them. But the key to it all is remembering the Two of Pentacles, the balance, um, juggling decisions, juggling what to do next, priorities, uh, and then when we have the Pentacles, then that lemniscate, the infinity symbol, it's just a reminder that we're always reevaluating, reassessing, and juggling.
You got the rice. I was like, are you gonna make refuge and rice?
You gotta. You gotta.
I got my guys talking in the background. Sorry.
So yeah, that balance is easy to get out of. So it's a never ending cycle of trying to reprioritize and balance and keep things afloat. That's what I have for you, Carl.
All right. Well, the first card I drew was death. I thought, whoa, that's kind of abrupt. And then I thought, but then again, if you think about it, if you're basically a treasure hunter, you're looking for things that somebody who's died has left behind. So it kind of fits in the way I'm looking at this. Death is just letting you know, hey, yeah, you're looking for my stuff now. So, and then I got the Four of Cups. So here you're looking at, already got some stuff, but there's another cup being offered. So there's keep looking. You're not quite through yet. So I think that's just saying that, yeah, you got more stuff to find because you got that fourth cup coming in there. And then I ended with the sun. You can't get much better than that. So I think that you're going to have a very productive session this go round. Hopefully y'all find some really good stuff. Be sure you let us know. I'll be curious to see what you found. That would really be kind of cool. Let's see who we got.
Hello, Fatima.
He said he thought he was hearing hearing voices.
Hey,
that very well could be. You could be hearing voices saying, "Look over here, over here, over here. I'm right over here." Let's see, who do we have next? Did you see one and I missed it?
Well, you still have Lorraine.
Oh, that's right. I'm sorry, Lorraine. I forgot. I gave you a flip answer and then forgot I had starred you. But now that I'm looking at it, actually, this is a fairly good question. Are there people? And I mean, my guides are telling me yes. There are people aware of where these folks are, and most of them probably don't realize it. They're also aware of what they're planning. So,
Lorraine, we start out with our hanged man, and this is hanging from the tree to gain enlightenment, to be a little bit of a martyr. There's got to be some trade-off. You've got to have some discomfort to seek your wisdom. So we want to make sure that wisdom is carried through, so we don't repeat mistakes twice. And then we have the Eight of Pentacles. So it's going to be work, and it's you can't let up on this work. You got to be better at crafting the narrative than other people, and go with your gut, but work for the outcome that you want. And then in the end, we have the American people casting their ballot in judgment. What they're judging, is it the mental fitness or acuity of a sitting president, or is it let's go back to the chaos in rhetoric of a former president? And it is important to vote. So I would encourage anybody in the United States to make sure that their voter registration is up to date. Many places you only have a month prior to the November elections to get registered. So just do it in plenty of time. And I'm going to have to register. I'm going to have to do early voting because election day is while we're on the ship this year.
There you go. All right. Well, I started out with the Six of Pentacles. So I think that this is just telling us, yeah, there are eyes and ears that are paying attention. They're well aware of what's going on, and they're keeping everything on the down low right now. Because then I pulled the Death card again, even though I sat here and shuffled 5 times before I started pulling. So I'm thinking that what I'm hearing is that there are going to be attempts made, but they're not going to be successful at it. There's going to be people in place to kind of put a stop to it, or you're going to have the guides or the ETs or somebody reach out and put a stop to it in whatever way they can intervene. And I ended it up with the Four of Cups. Again, you're looking at, they think they're going to be very successful, and they're waiting on that last little bit to come in so they can give it a go. But that Death card in there just really makes me think that, yeah, they're not going to be very successful in whatever it is that they're planning to do. And I get a feeling like they've got a lot of stuff planned out, much like I think they got away with so much back in 2021 because nobody was expecting it. And they kind of caught everybody with their pants down, so to speak. And this go round, people are going to be ready. I have a very strong feeling when I've done meditation on this to think about how is it going to go election day. I get a really strong feeling that there are going to be people in place to keep the peace. There may be some little things maybe scattered around the country that may happen, but I don't see any really big catastrophic events occur like what happened in 2021. So I hope that helps answer your question. Wonder Woman had a question. And
an inventor, ingenuity at its best. Well, your reading's going to start out pretty positive. We have the Sun. This is the Morgan Greer Tarot that I'm reading from, and our Sun card will help illuminate everything for you, so you can head off any potential pitfalls or disasters, during that development process. And does seem like a good innovation that you're thinking up for us all. Next card is our Six of Wands, our victory card. So, once you're at the end of the trail, you roll into town in victory, and people will sing your and the engineers' praises for that new invention to save people time or money. But along the way, we have the Wheel of Fortune. So the Wheel of Fortune is totally neutral, even though it has some good things on it and some bad things on it. It's just how you recover from incident to incident, and are you ready for the next turn of the wheel? So as long as you're adaptable and can go with the flow and not get ruffled like me. I had a bad tech day and I got ruffled and flustered, and it was a snowball downhill effect for me. So whatever I was touching, it was deja vu all over again for me.
Okay, well, the first thing I get for you is the King of Cups. So that's somebody that's very confident in what they're doing. So what I'm seeing for you is confidence. You're inventing a product, you're still designing, but your confidence is what's going to push that forward. It's what's going to help you fine tune all the little details that you're going to need to fine tune. Sometimes it can feel a little overwhelming, but you just have to focus on what the end goal is. And you want to make sure that the product you're making is safe and does exactly what it is that you think it is supposed to do. And then from there, I got judgment. So this is reading to me like once you get everything into place, your concern is going to be, how is everyone going to judge this product? How is everyone going to judge you for creating this product? And I'm really feeling like just from what I'm hearing at the moment, they're telling me that, yeah, people are going to really like this product. They're going to be very engaged with exactly what it is you want it to do. I don't know what kind of product you're making or what it is you're going to be putting out there, but I just get a really strong feeling that it's going to be successful. And then I ended with the Four Swords, which is another positive card, another positive read, that you're going to be able to kind of sit back and rest after you get this completed and get it out there. It's going to allow you to then be able to sit back and rest and watch your baby grow, so to speak, because it's very similar to that. You've created something, it's coming from you, so you want it to be the best that it can be. And like I said, I'm getting all good cards. So what I'm getting here is I'm getting very positive results. That's just what I'm feeling, is something very, very positive on it. So I hope that helps. Let's see. I'll make sure I didn't miss anybody. Thank you all for all the prayers and concern for my son. He is doing better. He actually went to work tonight. So we're going to see how that goes. Fortunately, it rained earlier, so it kind of cooled everything off over here. And yeah, let's see. G Covington had a question. Any advice for dealing with my toxic boss? Ooh. Well, that's not fun. Hi, Dr. Ann. How is it tomorrow? She's in New Zealand. She's talking to us from tomorrow. I always like to ask her, how's tomorrow looking?
G Covington, you've got a decision to make with the Two of Swords, and you want to be non-biased. That's why the blindfold is on. You want to lessen the confusion. You know that it is a toxic environment with that boss there. Unfortunately, we all have to be employed to make a living, to pay the bills, and do our subservient existences. But then you get the Ace of Pentacles, so I think your outcome is going to be positive. But from what it looks like, to get to the happy families, either the culture of the company has to change and fire your boss, or hostile takeover, or you've got to move on down the road so you can enjoy your rainbow and get your emotions back in check, and not have to go through constant havoc all the time. Yes, it's okay to have a little upheaval in one's life, but if it's total upheaval every day, it's not the way to survive good. And that's what I have for you, Miss Covington.
All right. Well, I started out here with the Five of Swords. That right there is talking about conflict, fighting, disagreements. It could be just because this person is just creating a toxic work environment, which makes it very difficult to do your job and do it efficiently. If you're not able to concentrate on what your work is and feel comfortable in what you're doing, makes it very hard to be efficient. But then I drew the Six of Wands. Oops, where'd it go? There it is. Which is talking about success, the battle won, so to speak. So whether if it's you find another position or another job at another company and move on, or if it's the boss being taken out and moved on or gotten rid of, or whatever the case may be, I see the situation as being very successful for you personally. And then it ends with the Nine of Wands. This is after the battle is over. You're still kind of geared up and ready to go, but the battle's over. You've got your protection around you there. See, he's got all the wands surrounding him there, so he feels protected, like his back is, the wands have his back, so he's safe. But yet he's still alert. He's tired from the battle, so this may take a while, and you may become really, really exhausted in the process of it. But it is possible for you to be able to move forward and go on with your life. So what I'm seeing is either you're going to find something else or be offered another position to move away from this person, or this other person is going to get moved out of the mix, so that because if you're unhappy, there are bound to be other people in your place of employment that are unhappy. And unless the guy is the owner of the company, if enough people complain, they're going to do something about it, That's what good HR people do. They get in there and they figure out what's wrong. And I'm getting a lot of positive cards tonight, so that's good. Last time I was doing readings, I was getting everything negative. So Dr. Ann's right. G, put some crystals on your desk, something to absorb some of that negativity. Get you some anointing oils, or some kind of spray or something that you can spritz around your office, or oil that you can maybe rub on a few stones and set those out on your desk. Anything that'll help absorb all of that negativity and help you be able to focus on actually doing your job. And yes, it's nice my son was able to go back to work. He only works a few nights a week, and that's Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Tonight's a special night because a friend of his is getting inducted into the Louisiana Music Hall of Fame. And a really great musician. His name is Julian. Oh, and now I'm going to mess it up. Julian Primo. That's the name of his band. He just uses his name. And so tonight's kind of an exciting night for him. And as long as he takes it easy and he doesn't overdo or get overexerted, the doctors are like, yeah, you can go slow, and see what happens. Now we're just waiting for the medical bills to start rolling in and for the doctors to decide if he's going to require any kind of medical surgery, like having a stent put in or anything along those lines. We'll see. We're waiting for them to make their decisions. So he's got several doctors that are all trying to get together and figure out what's the best course of action for him to take. And so one day at a time. That's how we're dealing with it. One day at a time. Oh, that's cool. Josh said somebody just walked by and wearing a Sun Tarot card t-shirt.
Mm-mm.
Well, take that as a message. Somebody was trying to tell you. You got the sun at your back. So let's see. Are there any other questions? Did I miss? Or if there's a particular topic y'all want to ask Thomas about, let's see here. Going backwards a little bit, making sure I haven't missed anybody.
Yeah, at the end we can throw a card for
Absolutely. Yeah, I'm sorry you went through that piece, Mama. This is nothing worse than trying to be positive and you get some negative Nelly in there that just wants to make everybody else miserable. Let's see here. All right. Dr. Ann asked for a card for the community. Okay, we can do that. That'll be fun. Let me see.
Sort of maybe a theme for the day. We have our 7 of Wands. So make sure when you fight, you have the best advantage that you can have. This guy is at the top of the heap. So he's got the position of higher ground. Now, when you get in an argument or anything like that, you want to make sure that you have the upper hand, the higher ground, and you don't want to sink to schoolyard bully, and start calling people names. We are adults, or at least we should be acting like adults. And that's what I have for the collective.
Awesome. Well, I drew from the Gateway of Light Activation deck. This is new for me. It's actually the first time I'm using it, so you're getting a brand new card. I pulled for you or for the community, I should say, Stellar Gateway Activation. infinite potential manifestation vortex. It says this is the highest of our chakras and is found about 12 to 24 feet above our head. It's the energetic gateway that connects us with the divine matrix. It governs our connection to the spiritual laws of creation and the quantum field. Energetically, this portal is beyond time and space. Turn the page here. And when we connect with it, we come into alignment with all the aspects of our soul's journey. It says, in order to connect, breathe deeply. Imagine that your breath is taking you up and out to connect with the infinite potential held within the stars. Say this affirmation out loud to yourself. I connect with heaven and earth to create heaven on earth. That's kind of cool. It says that know that all the energies you connect with are carried up to your stellar gateway. And it's important to consider connecting with your cosmic origins, and that you can bring your wishes in this life together with your pre-life intentions, as long as you align with the highest that you can achieve. And that's what we're all working towards. So that's kind of cool. And real quick here, before I jump to the next question, let's see. I wanted to share this. Let's see if I can get it to share. Share screen.
I was gifted this by a subscriber. It's a Fox, and it is an indie deck and is still in print. But as Gerald says, purchase responsibly because it is on the pricier level. It is minimal, black and white line drawings, and if you like origami, a lot of the cards have like the folded paper creased origami animals as part of their design.
Oh, cool. Okay, just to show y'all what I was talking about, this is the young man right here in front. His music reminds me very much of early Leonard Skinner, kind of in that kind of vein, kind of hillbilly rock, you know. But his name's Julian, and he is a lovely young man. I'm glad to say that I have actually gotten to know him, and now I get a hug around the neck every time I see him. So, and that just popped up on my feed as Thomas and I were reading. And I thought, oh, I got to share that. And let's see here. Next up, we had Suzanne would like a general reading, and yes, we have time. And somebody said earlier, Sherry and Hershey need to read together. Yes, we do. I've just been waiting for her to get moved and settled before I drug her into the swamp. So, you know, I am sure we will make that happen. I'm sure they do. I will go find out what information I can, and I will add it to the description box after the show. I know they have some CDs because my son's listened to them in the car. So sometimes he'll sing backup. He'll play backup guitar for them if their other guitarist is out or not, can't make a concert. But yeah, that okay. So Thomas, whenever you're ready to go, I'm just skimming back through making sure I haven't missed anybody.
So, Suzanne, we're going to start with the Four of Swords, and the Four of Swords is the rest and recuperate card. In the traditional Rider-Waite, we have the knight who's come back and he's laying on top of the sarcophagus, giving praise that he survived his latest campaign or battle. And knights were highly sought after positions because they were well taken care of. You had the protection of the king and their court, and you were handsomely paid. And one of the biggest things was the chainmail that you wore, because that was protection. And it was not easy back in the day to manufacture a chainmail suit and rivet everything together. So swords couldn't penetrate that part of the armor. Then we have our Page of Cups. So when you want to make sure that you have some emotional stability on your side, you don't want the emotions to get out of hand. You want to be fulfilled, and you want to find people of like mind that buoy your thoughts and resolve up. But I think there's going to be some less confusion in your life because we have the Seven of Cups reversed, and the Seven of Cups card is confusion and too many choices. Sometimes we want a lot of choice, and sometimes we just need it narrowed down to the basics. Is it this or that? Because life becomes easier the fewer choices that you have to make. Think of it when you're trying to dress a child for the morning. Do you want to wear this, or do you want to wear this? You can't keep going. Do you want to wear this? Do you want to wear this? Do you want to wear this? Do you want to wear? You'll overwhelm that little brain, and then they'll freeze up because they can't make a choice. So rest. Say what you're grateful for, and then make sure that your outlook on life is positive for your emotions and the emotions of other people around you. And that's what I have for you, Suzanne. Thank you.
I pull the Seven of Cups upright. So again, you're looking at a lot of choices, a lot of things whirling and happening. Same card as Thomas, just in a different direction. Followed by the Knight of Swords. This is the fastest card in the deck. Maybe except the Chariot. I don't know. That could be a race, I would think. But this is just saying that move forward. Whatever it is that you're trying to make a choice on, make a choice and go. Do it. Because it ended with the World. And this is telling you success. You've achieved the goal of what it is you want to do. You just have to make a decision, what it is you want, go for it and do it, and it's going to be successful when it's all over with. So, yeah, very good. Very good. Hi, Kiva. And let's see here. Next up, we've got Josh, Mr. Floyd Channelings. Wanting to know about his job at the crystal store. You know, tell me about it. My lease is up at the end of August or the end of July. They keep sending us messages. You have to renew your lease.
Mr. Floyd, the card I drew for you is the High Priestess. And I think, the energy of a crystal store being around you is probably a good vibrational plane and place to be, although there might be too many competing vibrations going on. But as long as it's all in the same key and it's in harmony, I think that your intuition serves you well, and you know when that gut feeling is gnawing at you and urging or giving you warning and saying, "Hey, there's something just a bit hinky here." I think we need to send somebody out to investigate, whether you want to do it or if you want to send somebody else. The energy of a crystal store would be my little slice of heaven. So I hope you get enjoyment out of working there as well.
Absolutely. The first thing I got was the 8 of Pentacles. So this is representing the fact that you're very diligent in your job. You do your job. You're there to work. You don't screw around like a lot of people do on their jobs. You actually show up and work, which is why they keep giving you more and more hours, because they got somebody in there that's actually doing the job. However, I would add a little warning with that about don't let them take advantage of you. Because then I pulled strength. So working in a crystal shop for a lot of people would be overwhelming. They would not be able to handle the power of being around all of that intense energy coming from all of those different crystals and the people coming in to buy those crystals. So I think that obviously you're strong enough to be in the midst of all of that energy and be able to absorb it and just go forward, move ahead. So that's a really good thing. And then I ended with the Fool, the beginning of the story. So whether if it's you staying or you leaving, you're getting ready to step into a new story, into a whole new way of being. This also could be referencing your lease. Maybe it's time to move. Maybe there'll be another place closer to your job that would be less expensive. There's just so many different things that this can represent for a fresh start, starting over, a brand new story. So I'm getting a lot of good vibes off of that. I'm telling you, the good vibe police must be riding with me today, because everybody I'm reading on is just, I'm getting all of this positive energy coming at me, which is good. I need it. So I hope that helped, Josh. Let's see. Next up, we had T-Lin. Does my paternal side have spiritual abilities? And does my grandfather have a message?
Start out with the Ace of Swords. Ace of Swords is a promise of quick analytical thinking and movement. So you'll be decisive. Of course, then we have the moon. So of course your paternal side probably even your maternal side might have some spiritual abilities, hidden intuition with the moon card. Lunacy comes to mind when you get the moon, full moons. They don't want to work in trauma centers or in the emergency room during a full moon. And when I worked at a nursing home, full moons were difficult for some patients because they would be up and wandering the halls all night and just be restless. So there is that energy that comes with a full moon. And what kind of message would your grandfather have for you? He would be saying, don't grieve. Five of Pentacles, you hear me, you see things that remind you of me all the time. So even though I'm physically not there, I'm always there on my aftershave or cologne or his Brill cream, whatever products remind you of your grandfather. And that's what I have for you, T. Lynn.
Okay. I went with oracles for you, T. Lynn. The first one I got is the central sun. And it talks about abundance, downloads, regeneration, success. And it's talking about this is a time to regenerate. Tiredness and old energy are being washed away. Old skins have peeled off to reveal a sacred and more aligned you. This the central sun energy is magnetic and all-powerful, opening you up to light and supporting you as you express your own light in this lifetime. New ideas, opportunities, and experiences come easily to you at this time. The seeds you have planted are being encouraged to grow. It's important for you to welcome energetic exchanges. When you help others, you let yourself be helped in return. And for the other card I drew for you from Divine Dog is called Wild Dog, Answer the Call. And basically what this is saying is you're being asked to show up and explore territory beyond your daily routine and comfort zone. A wild card presents a new open yard or sand pile to dig in. It says, your wild, it's, how did they put that? This is for you to realize that your inner strength, your harmony, and your integrity are all achievable. These are all powerful calls to serve, is to be, is to have integrity and to have harmony, not just with yourself, but with others. It's asking what desire or passion have you been holding back that you really want to do? Now is the time to listen to those inner voices and do it. And that's what I've got for you. And y'all pardon me, they're freezing me out. I got to go grab a sweater. Let's see. Pop-ups. Crazy.
How's everybody today? We had to let my cat in to use the litter box, and use it he did. And we got a couple more questions. One from Andre.
I'll let you get started on that while I grab a sweater.
And one from Priya. Andre from Portugal.
Okay, whew, that's better. They turned the damn
Okay.
AC down so low.
So, Andre, we start with our Page of Pentacles, and our Page of Pentacles brings messages. He's usually a student, a younger person, and what resources are around you. So we have three main resources for everybody. We have time, talent, and monetary. So if you give of your time or if you give of your talents, that is just so don't discount and say you don't have any money to offer. Well, you've got this wealth of knowledge in your information bank. I think it's time for you to move on from a different situation. We've got the Six of Swords, and that's moving on to calmer waters. I don't know if you've had some emotional turmoil here in your life, but the Four of Pentacles is the Miser card, but it's upside down. So it's time to ballast, so you float higher. You're at a higher vibration, and you can receive the good and reciprocal thoughts for this potential relationship coming in for you. And that's what I have for you, Andre. I hope it works out for you.
Yep. All right, let's see what I get here. Okay. Well, we're starting out with the Nine of Wands. So again, it's kind of like you're shoring up your base here. You know that you know what it is that you want. You know what your feelings are. So now it's just a matter of, does this person feel the same way? I can't go in and read another person's energy without their permission. That's unethical in my book. But I feel like if you let him know how you feel, then at least you have a clearer understanding of what the feeling back is. I mean, I would rather know there's no chance and be able to deal with my emotions and move on than to sit and constantly hang on. Is this person going to finally look my way? So sometimes it's best to kind of take the bull by the horn, so to speak. Then I drew the Ace of Cups. And that's a very good card. I mean, we're looking at, again, cups is emotion. It's new feelings. Perhaps this is going to turn into a new relationship. I think that you just have to be careful that you don't overwhelm the other person with your emotions in this, and you give it time to blossom on its own. And then I ended up with the Queen of Swords. And she's all about clear thinking, being independent, making sure that your T's are crossed, your I's are dotted, and you kind of know what's happening where and when and why. this is just, I feel like what I'm being told to give you is that let this other person know how you feel without being overwhelming about it. And then back off and give them time to absorb that information and see if that feeling is reciprocated. If they feel the same way about you. Don't rush it, don't push it, because you could chase them away, even if they are interested in looking your way. If you come on too strong, sometimes that can rock the boat in a way that you don't want the boat to rock. So that's what I've got for you is just take it slow and easy. You can be honest in your feelings, but give the other person room and space to decide how they feel once they know your feelings. And come back and let us know how it goes, you know. Okay, let's see here. All right, we have Priya, who wants to know what's coming towards her, him, her, I'm not sure. What's coming toward them in their life? You're muted, I think.
Okay, Priya, I think right now or in the past, you we've got the Eight of Swords, so we've got to take the blindfold off and release the binders on your hands behind your back, so you can make your way back to the castle. If you're still standing out there in the field, maybe your Knight of Rods will come save the day. He's got a lot of energy, and he may be overwhelming, but eventually you'll find your person, your soulmate, because we have the Lovers card, and the Lovers really surge, and it can take a lifetime to find a partner that is equally into you as you are into them. So so if you take that into account, there really is no timeline, but you'll get there eventually. And that's what I have for you, Priya.
All right. Well, first up, I got the Five of Swords. So you're looking at don't do anything unethical or against your morality in order to move ahead in the world. I would say make sure that you follow your own inner code of conduct of how you think people should behave. And we all have it a little bit different. I mean, basically, most of us think the same thing: don't hurt others, be kind, blah, blah, blah. And we all strive for that. But if you're not sure of what you're standing for, it's real easy to fall for anything that comes down the path. And then I got the Two of Swords. So, excuse me. You're looking at some indecision here, some decisions you've got to make, things coming up. You're not very certain if you should go right or if you should go left, if you should go front or you should go back. I feel like what I'm being told here is be open to what's coming, but be cautious at the same time. Don't be afraid to look at yourself in the mirror and really look at yourself. What do you see in your eyes when you stare into your own eyes? What are they telling you? Because spirit can speak through you in all kinds of different ways. And then I ended up with the sun. So that means you've got good stuff coming your direction. You've got good things happening. Again, stay within your own moral code. Choose to be ethical. Choose to be kind. And be willing to take a little risk if necessary, if it's going to help someone else. But in the end, it's going to be good for you. Because what you put out there comes back tenfold, sometimes 100-fold, sometimes 1,000-fold. It just depends on what your action created, what your action protected, what your action prevented. There's a lot of different avenues there that you can go down. But I think that overall, you're looking at overall, I think you're looking at a positive future coming up ahead. And fairly soon. So not sure if there are any other issues that you're dealing with, but I'm just being told that keep a stiff upper lip is how it was put to me. And be willing to step out to do something a little on the courageous side because you've never done it before. And I think everything will work out for you good. And that's what I've got for you. That was our last question. And we have been at this for 1 hour and 7 minutes. I'm not seeing any other questions that, oh, wait, take that back. Sean G had a question. Did you see one that I missed? Thomas?
Okay, Sean. Everybody will tell you the Seven of Spades is the thief card. I'm going to call this the conscientious objector card. He got up in the middle of the night, infiltrated enemy lines, and took their swords so there won't be a battle the next day. He left 2 behind to let them know that, he planted them in the ground to let them know I could have taken these 2 and left you totally defenseless, and we could have annihilated you. But us, and I really don't want to fight. Let's patch it up and give it some peace. Then we have our 6 of Pentacles, our charity card. So you as an army, he just took the weapons overnight, but to not fight and not, and you got the strength card here, and this is the strength through cooperation. You get more flies from honey than you do from vinegar. and you know, you want to encourage people to do the right thing and not these and not be on the take all the time. And that's what I got for you, Sean.
All right. Well, we're starting out here with the Ten of Pentacles. So, this represents a lot of prosperity coming. And prosperity can come in a lot of different ways. It doesn't necessarily mean money, as in cold hard cash in your hand. However, it does say that when you accept this abundance coming to you, then it will financially reward you as well. It's also a reminder to be careful in your investments. Make sure you're investing your money wisely. Don't spend every penny, every paycheck. Granted, I know some of us don't have a choice because our paychecks are that low. But if you got a few extra bucks every paycheck, sock it away somewhere. You know, put it in a savings account, put it in an IRA, put it in a 401k, whatever you got. But just be mindful to make your money work for you, not against you. Followed by the Eight of Pentacles. So here we're talking about being diligent about what it is you do. Are you a craftsman? If you're a craftsman, be proud of the work you do. It's hard to find people nowadays that actually know how to make a bookcase or fix a washing machine or get a car running when it won't start. Those types of skills are fast becoming lost in our world today. I think that as long as you keep your dedication on the up and up, it will pay off for you. And there's a real good chance that it's going to happen as early as this weekend. Lastly, I drew for you the King of Pentacles. This was a pentacle sweep here. That's all I kept getting. And again, this is a card that represents abundance, financial success, wealth, mastery in something that you're doing. Are you a woodsman? Do you like to work with wood? Well, this is a card telling you you're going to become a master at it. And it takes a lot of hard work and a lot of patience. You have to do a lot of planning to get there. You want to be a doctor? That's fantastic. Again, it's going to take a lot of training and a lot of education so that you can be a good doctor. Whatever it is, fill in the blank. Excuse me. Whatever it is, fill in the blank. And you're going to be prosperous at it. But there's that, just like with the last reading, there's that stark little reminder of be ethical. Make sure that make sure that the decisions you make are based on fact and not just on how you feel at the moment, because that could change 5 minutes from now very easily. And that's what I got for you. Crap. At least they all fell together. Let's go over here. Okay, let's see. Did we get anybody else show up before we wrap this up? Oh, Dean, I didn't see you there. Welcome. Okay.
Well, Secrets of the Red Moon Tarot. We're going to start out with the Knight of Swords, and you're going to think that taking charge is the way to go. Sometimes it is, sometimes it's not. It depends on what kind of person you want to attract to your life. Sometimes we just have to throw caution to the wind.
Sorry, guys.
Be the fool and take that leap of faith and know that the world, our last card is the world, your outcome. So your heart is open for this new relationship, and I think you want to give it your all and your total. You're not going to catch anything. So make sure you go out and interact with the world around you. Do the things that you enjoy, and maybe you'll attract a person who likes.
Yeah. All right. Okay. Dean, we start with the Four of Cups. Again, this seems to be a popular card tonight. There's a lot around you that you've already got to be thankful for, but you're holding out for that one that you're wishing for. I would say don't jump in too fast. Take your time. That person's going to come. He may not be ready for you yet. Maybe you're ready, but he's not. So you have to give spirit time to get him ready. Okay. And then from Divine Dog, I pulled listening. Pay close attention. Yeah, pay close attention. So I know you have your abilities. You're a great reader. Open yourself up. Open your senses up to spirit and let them know, hey, I need you to really start talking to me about this so that I don't miss any opportunities. So pay attention and listen to what they're telling you. And then the last card I drew for you was from Star Being Healing Codes. Important information. Wounds are healed, recharging. So let me see what this says, because this is a new deck, so I don't know it at all. This is telling you it's okay to find a safe space, a place to sit and recharge, to cleanse, to get your life balanced. You're ready for another person in your life. Hopefully, Mr. Right. I get it. Believe me, I get it. Make sure that you're in the right space so that when they come along, you recognize each other. I can only relate that part to personal experience. just before I met my late husband, I had pretty much decided I'm giving up. I'm not going to ever find anybody that's going to love me for me. Everybody else is married and having kids and whatnot, except me. What's wrong with me? There wasn't anything wrong with me. I just wasn't ready for that relationship. And he wasn't ready for me yet. And so we had to wait a little bit longer before divine spirit threw us together. And we recognized each other for who we were, that we were one another's soulmate. And when it happens, it's powerful beyond measure. Don't be willing to compromise for something lesser because you're lonely or because you're craving that relationship. We all crave that. We all want that kind of relationship. I was fortunate I had it for 20 plus years before he left and passed away. And I still feel him with me all the time. So in a way, he never did leave. He's still here. Just be willing to get yourself in the right headspace and heart space before you start really seeking. Because if you're in the right space, Spirit's going to march that person right up to your door. You're going to be like, well, where have you been all my life? Basically, that's what happens. All right. I hope that helps you, my dear. And peace, Mama. Last call for alcohol. This is their last one. So after peace, Mama, Thomas and I will say goodnight. We're going on an hour and a half, and I've been up since 4:30 this morning. I'm starting to droop. Let's see.
There is a QR code in the corner, upper right corner. It'll take you to the website for the GoFundMe. And I'm sure
As for the GoFundMe
anything
for my
that you can
son,
give would be greatly, greatly appreciated.
or just share it.
Yeah.
Share it to the people you know. You know, we don't all have money we can give. There's other ways. You can share it, let other people know about it.
So, Peace Mama, we start out with the Knight of Rods, or the Knight of Wands. Creative, fiery energy. The man, or grandmother, they saw the ambition in you and want you to keep that up. The next card you get is the Star. Of course, Star is the card of hope. You know, it is the world's promise that things will work out for you. And being able to reprioritize at a moment's notice, kind of go with the flow, you know, assess and drop or assess and pick up. I think the message from your heavenly family would be, we're proud of you, and the rewards of your labor set out on your path. So they know more about what your outcome is than you do, and they're just holding out hope for you.
Okay.
Peace, Mama.
Well, the first card I drew was the devil. So we're looking at some unhealthy attachments. I think your grandfather is just trying to tell you, or your dad, excuse me, not, it was your grandmother and your dad. I think they're just trying to let you know that be careful of any unhealthy attachments you may have or any unhealthy habits you may have. It's time to maybe step back, step away, get yourself grounded. Because once you do that, then you have the Wheel of Fortune that comes in. And this is that encouragement. Okay. This is divine source telling you, okay, step back, step away, and we got you back. We're going to be right there with you to help you as you walk this path. As you get yourself grounded and get yourself in a better place spiritually and emotionally. And then it ended with the Three of Wands. So this is progress. This is moving forward. This is success coming for you in whatever means that you need success to come. Whether if it's your job, if it's money, if it's a relationship, if it's your pets, I mean, just whatever. They're telling you that when you turn loose of those unhealthy boundaries and you embrace the fact that spirit's got your back and they're going to help you get there, you're promised success in the end. And that's pretty good. So I say, yeah, you got a good thing. You got some good stuff coming. You just gotta, like I was telling Dean, you just gotta get ready for it. Get yourself grounded. Get yourself centered. Step away from unhealthy habits. Me, it's chocolate. I'm the first one to admit it. I'm a chocoholic. I love my chocolate. And I try very hard not to eat it all the time. It's not always easy. As you can tell by looking at me, I don't succeed at it very well, but I do try. So, and that's what I got for you. I think you got some good stuff coming your way. I really do. I'm feeling very positive vibes coming at you. And that's it. That pretty much does it. We've been at this an hour and a half. Time flies when you're having fun.
Thank you.
Thank you, Peace Mama. Well, I hope y'all enjoyed yourself. Thomas, thanks for coming. Thanks for emailing me and just saying, hey, I'm still here. Can I come on?
Well,
because I get wrapped up and wound up with stuff, and it's like I see people and think, oh, I need to email them and tell them and get them to come on the show, and then I get caught up in something else and I'll forget, and so I actually have a list of people I want to invite, and you're on the list. I just haven't got down there yet.
I invited myself. Like it's been over a year since I've been with Mark, Spirit Whisper reading with him. And
oh yeah.
I feel so bad because like 2 of my regular shows run into his show if he goes overtime. So like my
Yeah.
Wednesday show and my Friday shows. So I don't, since we're both on similar
Yeah.
time slot, that then we miss each other all the time. And it's not you, nobody's guaranteed, nobody owns a time slot.
Right.
So
Exactly.
you try to
But
get it
we all try to accommodate one another
right.
and not step on each other's toes for it. Sometimes it can't be helped.
It can't be.
I
just
actually had
because-
another reader get really mad at me way back 3 years ago in the beginning because I was doing a show with a guest that just happened to start like 30 minutes before this person's regular show started. And they literally attacked me saying, how could you schedule that during my show and da da da. And I was like, I didn't even think about it. I went with when the guest was available.
Mhm.
I said, are you available on this date? And they said yes. And I go, well, what time are you available? And they gave me a time. I don't think about what anybody else is doing unless it's something that I'm setting up from the get-go. And even then, I tried to accommodate my guests. I know we had somebody from Portugal in here earlier, and I'm thinking, boy, you're up pretty damn, either up really late or up really early. I'm trying to remember the time difference because I have a collaboration in the morning about 11 a.m. my time, and one of my guests is from Portugal, and it's like 7 o'clock at night or 6 o'clock at night, something like that for him when we meet. And the other guest is on the Pacific coast, so it's like the crack of dawn for her. So, you forget sometimes we're all different time zones, different locations on the planet. And so what's available for me may not be available for you. There are a lot of people I would love to invite on and to read with, but they only do shows during the daytime. I work 10 hours a day.
Yeah.
I'm not available during the daytime. I'm available on the weekends. And so if they're not available on the weekends, then I have to either make arrangements or try to finagle my time to take off to do a show with them, to get them on. Because I do a couple of nights during the week, regular shows, but it can be challenging trying to hit everybody's available time slot and a time when everybody else is available to watch. And I mean, there's always replay. That's nice. But anyway, well, thank y'all for coming and hanging out with us today. All of Thomas's information on his channel and stuff is in the description box below. Please, please, please take a little trip over there. Like, subscribe. It's free. And share. We all need every little oomph we can get. If you go back in after the show's over and leave a comment, that helps boost the algorithm. And thank y'all for coming and have a great weekend. And I'll see y'all tomorrow morning and then tomorrow night for the slumber party. And
Well, thank you, Sherry. Thank you,
you're
Chatter,
welcome.
for being there. You could have been doing anything other than watching two people sling cards and talk about tarot, but we're glad that you're here. And
Yes.
thank you for letting me do the honor of reading for you.
Absolutely. So you got anything coming up other than your regular shows?
My regular shows Sunday is tarot journaling. We're on the Four of Pentacles this Sunday. Tuesday night we have tarot pairs. Wednesday night I have shadow work with Hershey.
All right. Okay. Very good. So y'all get all that. Go to his channel. You'll be able to see when he's going to be up next. And we'll talk to you soon.
Okay.
Y'all have a great weekend. Bye, everybody.
Bye, everyone.